we're back. Special bonus episode because of the big game. Now, this comic I'm calling is a comedian. He's an actor. He's a chiropractor. You know him as Dr. Dean. He's got great stories. He used to hang out with Mike Tyson. He's been in Jamie Kennedy movies. He's been in movies with Nick Swardsons.
Darren Carter.
Pocket Party.
If you like this show and you want to help out, go to CAMEO. I do birthday shout-outs, anniversary shout-outs, or if you just want to do a donation, go to DarrenCarter.com, PayPal, or Venmo at Darren Carter Comic. Now let's get back to the show.
And there he is, the one and only Dr. Dean Larrett.
What's happening?
What's up, buddy? You know, you're a guy that I thought I got to get you on. I had to get Kareem Matthews on and talk about the big game because he loves football. He's a big Rams guy, been to Super Bowls, you know, that kind of thing. And you're a guy that, like, I'll call you and you're like, don't tell me the score. I'm going to go running canyon, I'm going to go hiking, and then I'm going to watch these games later. So
Right. Correct. Yeah. I'm like, I'm still watching the 1977 Super Bowl. I'm catching up on that. Yeah.
And for a while, you to make the
It's on
game.
my it's on my VCR.
It's on your VCR. You're
It's on my Betamax. It's on my Beta.
You get the first half on the Betamax, the second half on the VHS, and
Right.
And I know for a while you to make the games funner. I think you told me you used to gamble a little bit and stuff. And
I was a degenerate gambler. Literally, just the phone was with me everywhere I went. I could be in a movie theater and I'd be looking at, second half lines of teams that I could give a flying blank about. The Indiana Pacers are playing the Atlanta Hawks tonight. I'll take the Pacers -7. It was ridiculous. I was a degenerate gambler and I've been cold turkey about it. I went cold turkey. And
for people who, is it just like drugs or alcohol? Like, are there people who can gamble and then there's other people that are like, this is my world. Yeah.
No, they've actually done studies on it. I think I saw it on 60 Minutes. They've done studies on what happens to the brain when you gamble / do cocaine, do heroin, and gambling creates more craziness in the brain than any of those. So gambling is just an absolute. It'll take you to the cleaners in relatively short period of time. Because look at it this way: nobody wins. I don't care what anybody says. Vegas wasn't built and isn't constantly building. Right now, as we speak on this phone, if you went to the Strip right now on the outskirts or on the 15, all you would see are cranes. All over the place. They're just building and building and building and building. You would have thought at one point they go, something, we got enough, man. But no, the gambling is such an obsession, and buffets are such an obsession by people from the Midwest. No,
dude, I know. And here's the thing, by the way, shout out to the people in the Midwest and Canada. It's 88 degrees right now, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. You're probably getting sunburn. You're going to be sitting in your hot car. I mean, this is like
yeah, I'm in my car right now and I'm getting ready to go to, I'm just getting ready to go to Runyon. We got 82 up here. And, but I'm going to go for about
and it's still,
half hour.
Yeah, and it's still morning. It's still morning, mind you. It's 82 and it's morning. I got a question. Yeah. So Mattress Mac is in the news. Mattress Mac has been in the news. He places a $4.5 million in bets on Cincinnati Bengals to spring Super Bowl for this weekend. So I'm going to read this little article real quick. I don't know if you're familiar, but to our listeners, I'll tell you. Jim Mattress Mac, the Houston furniture salesman known to place giant hedge bets, has done it again, this time with the biggest single wager he's ever placed. On Thursday, he drove across the Texas border into Louisiana, pulled over at a gas station, logged into his mobile betting account with Caesars Sportsbook, and placed $4.5 million in bets on the underdog Cincinnati Bengals at, I think you read it, plus 170 odds.
So if he wins, he'll get back almost $9 million.
Well, it says, the bet would net $7.7 million.
Yeah.
Here's what he says, quote, I had to make like 20 $200,000 bets to make it work, but I want to thank Caesars for taking it.
Yeah, some places won't take it, and So it doesn't matter, man. They'll raise the line, they'll raise the line, or they'll play around with the line, and they'll get back there to cover their bet, because now they have to cover their butt right. Yeah, because if this guy hits them for $7 million, they're going to be in that. That's a hit. Believe it or not. I know that doesn't sound like a lot but that's a hit. Trust me when I tell you that's a hit.
I guess here's what he's done in the past. He says Mattress Mac often uses the sports betting market to mitigate his risk on furniture giveaways. For example, this past baseball season, he spread around $13 million in bets on the Houston Astros to win the World Series, while offering to refund anyone who spent more than $3,000 in furniture at his store. The Astros lost in the World Series. He said he'll be doing it so again on his bet on the Bengals, refunding anyone who spent $3,000 on furniture if Cincinnati wins the Super Bowl.
Let me tell you something. I think Cincinnati, I know the game's being played in L.A. I actually think Cincinnati has a decent chance in this game.
Oh,
absolutely. This guy Burrows is just unbelievable. I think it's Burrow or Burrow. No, I can't remember.
I think it's Burrow.
Burrow. His guy is unbelievable, and he can run with the ball, and he's very versatile. This team is, and they're a second half team. They play better in the second half. But this is going to be a decent thing. Part of me wants to see Stafford get his ring. He's been in the game for 14 years with a horrible Detroit Lion team. I'm sorry, guys, I have to say it. But, for the most part, a horrible team all those years, even with Calvin Johnson at wide receiver and some other great, players, they just horrible. And the guy is such a great quarterback. His stats are amazing. His yardage amazing. He's just amazing. And he does deserve it. But I got to be honest, it would be really cool for this kid out of nowhere to win the Super Bowl after what they've gone through since '89. This team is another absolutely horrible team up until, if I remember correctly, didn't they win 2 games 2 years ago?
You're asking the wrong guy, buddy.
I'm asking the wrong ginger.
I know exactly. I'm calling friends on Sundays, and they're like, "Dude, I know you're not a football fan. You call me during games." I'm like, "I didn't realize."
Right.
I didn't realize, dude. I'm like, "It's a beautiful Sunday. What are you guys doing?" But
right.
That's
the thing. You want to go for brunch?
Want to go for brunch, buddy? No. Here's the things I've done on Super Bowls. One time there was a Super Bowl, and it was kind of boring, and I was like, and I went down to like Levitt's and picked out a kitchen table, and it was like the perfect day to like furniture shop, stuff that nobody.
They must be like, who the hell's coming in here?
Exactly.
Looking for an armoire on Super Bowl Sunday.
I know. But I got the clothes, I get for, every Christmas you get like, and birthday you get like those Rams clothes, like the, So I got all kinds of like socks, beanies, sweatshirts. I got the whole thing. So people might think I'm a uber fan. I mean, I am kind of I am a fan. I will say that I am a fan, but I'm not like, I don't know like all the players' names. I don't even know how the game works, to be quite honest with you. Like I'm learning more and more. And that's, it's like, and I remember like when I was like, okay, I got a fresh start when the Rams moved back.
I'll teach you. Okay. This is very simple.
Yeah.
Who's on first? What's
on second? I don't know. Who's on third? I got a question for you. Okay, ask. So I put this out that you're going to be on, and so Rems writes in. Ask him how well the O-line for the Bengals defend against the D-line of the Rams. I think that's the offensive line for the Bengals defend against the defensive line of the Rams.
Now the defense of the Rams is just insane with Donald, and I forgot the other guy there's another guy that closes down things with him, but that D-line on what do you call it on the Rams is just amazing. I don't know, man. Here's the deal. Yes, he's right. That O-line might have difficulty with that D-line, but here's the missing ingredient that Rems is not thinking about. And Rems and I have played chess, and he kicked my ass when I was first learning. Rems, do me a favor, challenge me again. I'm a lot better. I don't know if you know this, but
yeah,
I'm winning I'm winning like 3.5 to 4 out of 10 times against Darren now.
I know you're
So
starting to make a turn, right? You're playing some guys out in New York and
know,
Florida, and you're
right. I have like 26, 27 games going at the same time. But wait,
beautiful.
I want to get back.
Yeah.
The thing that Rems has to think about, and Rems, seriously, hit me up, Chessdean418.
On chess.com, guys. If you like chess, go to chess.com and do like a chess friend request. And what's your handle again?
Chessdean418. And what I was going to say is, Rems, that you're not thinking, you might not be thinking, is how much of a scrambler this guy is, Burrow. So that's the thing. I mean, in other words, it's one thing to sit in the pocket and get sacked and blah blah blah, but this guy moves around. This guy's a tough player, man. He's a big boy, and that might be the missing ingredient to the offensive line not being quite up to par to what do you call it, to Rams defensive.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I would say in a situation like that they could be something to reckon with because of the ability for him to move around. But I got to be honest. I would have expected that a Super Bowl in the team stadium that's hosting the game would have been a 7-point game, because that's what makes me a little leery about the 4 points. It makes me go, why not take Cincy? In other words, you don't understand this, Darren, because you're not a bettor, but there's got to be something saying to yourself, wait a second. Home field advantage is automatically known in the gambling world as 3 points. Home field, okay, automatic.
Oh yeah, because I was going to say, because the crowd will get loud, but I think the tickets are, but listen, the tickets are so expensive. It might not even. My last guest, Kareem Matthews, he feels that it won't be die-hardcore like Rams fans. It'll be like people from Apple and people from these different tech businesses that, you know.
He's right about that, but don't kid yourself. You're still going to be getting people spending $2,500 a ticket to see the Super Bowl. But wait, hold on a second. So this is what makes me a guy who's a former degenerate gambler, a guy who grew up in this, a guy who grew up with a father who played this whole thing and did all sorts of crazy shit. This is what makes me a little leery about taking the Rams and laying 4 points. And it just makes me go, okay, you automatically have a 3-point favorite just by being at home. Okay? Now, all they're giving them on the skill set is 1 extra point. That's all they're saying the Rams are worth, is 1 extra point. I would have thought that this would be a 7-point game. When somebody told me it was 4, I went, how much? And he goes, 4. I go, oh, I'm going to that's ridiculous. I'm going to take a teaser bet. I did take a bet, even though I'm completely healed and sober. I did do a small bet just to have something to watch.
Cool.
But the reason I did a small bet is because mathematically I cannot lose.
What's a small bet?
I put like $100. I took the Cincinnati Bengals with 11.5 points over 41.5 points. Okay, so it's 2 things have to happen. Bengals have to lose that game or win, but they cannot lose by more than 11 points. Okay? And the total has to exceed 41.5. They have to put up at least 42 points between the two of them. So wait a second. So I only put up 100 because there's a guy who owes me like 150 for, a bet that we made like a year ago kind of thing. And so just a gentleman's bet kind of thing. So but there was, he owed me money from something else. So I said, something, double or nothing and blah, blah, blah. So I cannot lose money. All right. There's no money. I just might not get paid what he owes me. But other than that, I cannot have to fork out any money out of my pocket. So that's the story with that. But getting back to where we're at on that.
I got a question. How many sacks will the Rams get on Burrow?
Is that a proposition bet?
No, I'm just it's I- no no I just I mean, it might be I don't even I'm just
Oh,
reading I'm reading the questions from Rems.
No, that's definitely a proposition bet. I would say they're going to have them propped out at. Recently, the guy got sacked. If I remember correctly, he got sacked 9 times in one game.
Yeah, I think
and won and won.
Yeah,
and won. So I'm going to say they're going to have it as over 3.5, maybe 4. I think they're going to have it at 3.5, 4. My opinion, he's not going to get sacked as many as you think. I think he goes down twice.
Interesting. Okay. I think my last guest said, he said the same thing, that 9's a very high number, that it might be closer to like.
That doesn't happen. That's a fluke.
That's rare.
But what I was going to say is, I think I'll tell you one thing that, if you're a Bengal fan, I think you have to be a little nervous about OBG, Odell Beckham. I think you got to be a little nervous about him. He's just been a monster for the Rams, an absolute monster. And Akers, the running back, he's been a monster. So, this is going to be an interesting thing. This is going to be.
Next question. What do you think? Do you have what's your guess for the final score? And I'll tell you what Rem says, but I want you to go first.
I'm going to take a shot. Don't quote me on this as you don't know nothing. All right, folks, don't give me any of your back talk garbage. All right, I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that the Bengals win 27-24.
27. You heard it here first, folks. 27-24.
Yeah,
Bengals.
I'm gonna go.
So I think Rems. This is how little I know about football. He said the final score, but I'm not sure who he thinks win. I think he thinks the Rams are going to win. And he goes, I think the final score will be 34-17.
He likes the Rams.
I think so. Yeah, because he goes to the Rams games all the time, so I'm sure he likes the Rams.
I think there's going to be more points than that. But that's it, my brother.
What do you? Okay.
I got.
Here we go. I got more. Coin flip. What do you think is going to win for the coin flip?
You mean the heads or tails or the team?
I don't know. It just says coin flip.
Coin flip is usually the heads or tails bet. I'm gonna take tails, and I'm gonna say Bengals receive.
Okay, here we go. It says he writes, have a prop bet segment in rapid fire, but I don't really know what prop bets are, but you do. So can
prop bets are like, how long is the Star Spangled is the national?
Oh yeah.
Anthem?
So how long do you think that'll be? The Star Spangled Banner. That's
usually like 2 minutes and like 6 seconds, or 1 minute and 50 some odd seconds or something. I actually did that once. I actually played that bet. That's how much of a degenerate I was.
Oh.
You're pro when you're a sports bettor and you're betting the national anthem. You've got serious.
Do you what plays into that? Like, do you kind of Google like who's going to be singing it, like that kind of thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like if it's like a little country singer, you're like probably gonna stick to the time. But if it's like a black gospel singer, you're like, hey in the road.
Right, it's gonna go long.
You're like, oh yeah, 2 minutes 12 seconds or something. Like you kind of.
Yeah, I mean seriously, once you start betting, like who's gonna flip the coin flip? I mean, you really have serious issues.
So to me, that would be the fun stuff. That'd be like the more fun. Here's another one. I think this is a prop bet that someone said, that Kareem said yesterday, about what color will the Gatorade be.
Oh yeah, they always do that. That's when they pour it on the coach's head. I'm gonna say the Gatorade this year is gonna be it's gonna be either orange or yellow, as in Rams, Bengals.
Oh, interesting. So you knew that. I didn't even know that. You're right. Or it could be blue, right? Isn't there like a blue?
Or it could be blue.
Wow. What's another prop bet?
Oh my God. How long is the longest successful field goal? Will it be over 49 yards? Will it be, they do all this shit. And excuse my French. And All right, man. That's it. That's all I got for you. I'm gonna go into Runyon Canyon.
Here's another one. This is from Rems. I think he's half joking. He writes, "Ask Dr. Dean if his team loses the Super Bowl, will he need to sell his body to get through the rest of the month?"
No, I am a reformed stripper, and
Yeah.
I am a reformed degenerate gambler. And no. I got friends that bet thousands on this stuff. I have it together these days. I don't have any issues with that, thank God.
That's great.
And, all right, my brother.
Have you ever played 20 Super Bowl squares?
Oh yeah. I do those all the time. The only thing is, I you usually have to go to a party for that. And no, we haven't done it in my office at the yoga studio. And actually, now that you say that, see if Rems is going to put one together. Does he have that many friends, kind of thing, or relatives that you can sell 100 squares?
I'll ask him right now. And also, do you have a favorite Super Bowl memory?
Favorite Super Bowl memory. Oh man, favorite Super. It has to be something with Aaron Rodgers when he beat Pittsburgh, because I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. So I just that period, just when they won that game. Man, it is hot out here. I'm gonna get some sun. All right, tell the Rems man I said hi.
I will, and I got to ask you some non-football stuff just briefly. What was that? Dude, you know what's great about you? When I pick up the minute you pick up the phone, you sometimes will just jump right into a stand-up routine that you're working on. Like I'm friends with I'm friends with a lot of comedians, and that's definitely an ability and a talent you have. Like, what was the thing you were telling me today? The minute you answered the phone, you're like, what? Yeah.
I was in traffic the other day, and I started to think to myself, where are all these people going? Where are these people coming from? Because my office is across the street from where I live. You know that. Yeah. Okay, and you don't even have an office. You're on the road. But so I had happened to have gone on a couple of porn sites over the last few weeks. I'm just doing some research, and I realized that theoretically there must be over 1 billion porn clips, or all the sites combined. Okay. Maybe even more. I mean, don't you agree with me that if you took all the sites that exist out there, there's got to be over 1 billion clips? So I'm thinking to myself that the reason the roads are so crowded, 405, 101, 134, my theory is these are porn actors coming to and from working in the porn industry. That's the traffic. That's what's causing the traffic. So I know there's something there. I'll flush it out. I flushed it out really nice last night to a patient in the office, and that person was laughing when I told him. So I'll flush it out. But I know there's something there. And
that's funny because they do film a lot of stuff out in L.A., right? All over L.A.
90% of porn is filmed in Chatsworth. So I'm thinking all these people that are on the freeways, these are people that are like I said, they either just finished doing a scene or they're going to get ready to shoot a scene. That's all the people that's on the freeway. And listen to this. When someone lets me merger in to the freeway, that's a person who just had sex. And when someone doesn't let me in, yeah. that's a person whose butthole is killing them.
They're like, I just got off the set. You beat it, pal. Right. You should have took Sepulveda.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's good. That's a good joke. That's a good tag. You should have taken Sepulveda, you idiot.
And what about when you see? What do you think of when you see people in an Uber pool? You're like,
I think that's a threesome.
They just had a threesome.
That's a threesome thing.
What about when people wait? Here's okay. So, so Rems writes. I wrote him. I said, "Are you putting squares together?" He says, "How many would he like to buy?" And then he writes, and I don't know what any of this means. It's all in secret, so I don't share the squares. If you are a winner, I will notify you at a later date.
He's out of his friggin' mind. Tell him he's out of his friggin' mind.
He writes, "I have a low stakes squares and a high stakes squares. So yeah, sure."
He's nuts. I'm gonna trust him. No, I need to know I need to know my numbers now.
And then he writes, yeah, sure, if he wants to do it, but remember, it's a secret, the squares. He writes,
Yeah,
I'm sure
he's out of his mind.
he writes, I'm sure he is a high stakes, so $100 a square.
That's nuts. He's nuts.
Then he writes, winner gets a ticket to the Super Bowl. I don't which one. I don't even know what this means. So I'll
Brother-in-law is out of his mind.
Should I say no, Rems is a different guy. Should I say
Oh, is it really?
Rems is a listener of the podcast. He's for some reason he likes when you're on. And what
Oh, okay.
it's so funny. Like there's certain audience members that listen that really take liking to certain guests. It's hilarious. Like they'll only kind of like listen to certain guests, or maybe they listen to all of them, but they seem to comment more on certain guests. And like Canadian Maple Stirrup he loves when Mike Black is on. By the way, shout out to Canadian Maple Stirrup if you're listening. Thank you. But,
shout out to Mike Black.
Shout out to Mike Black.
One of our Bob's Big Boys hangouts.
Oh, dude, we got to go there again, man. I need a nice, good, delicious cheeseburger.
Yeah, we need some big boys.
You know what I had the other day, which is really good, which I don't know if you would eat it, but have you ever had a country fried steak or a chicken fried steak?
No, I never have.
Dude, it's something. You might not like it though, but it was. I think you would though, because you eat burgers and stuff.
But I'm willing to learn.
You're willing to learn. Have you ever had biscuits and gravy?
Yeah, I think I did actually in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah.
Was it good or no? Because
it's good stuff. I mean, come on, how is it gonna taste bad? The stuff is phenomenal. It's just.
By the way, if you guys need to get a 6-pack, do what Dean does, because Dean is if you ever wanted a 6-pack, have you had the 6-pack your whole life, or did you lose it and get it back?
No, I actually want to know the truth. I actually have better abs now than when I was a stripper. When I was a stripper, male stripper, I did not have the 6 that I had. I maybe had the 2 up top.
Oh yeah.
But the 6 the 6 is all diet. That's just all diet. And I watch the carbs. I watch the amount. And don't get me wrong. I still put 100 grams of carbs in my system a day. And don't kid yourself. Most people who have shredded abs would go 100. Most people like that are shredded are going to be like 50, 60. They would be like, how do you get cut up on 100, 120 grams a day of carbs? And some people, I started training when I was young. I never developed fat cells.
When you say grams, like, because I don't really want to do math, and do you just kind of eyeball it? Are you like, okay, this apple is 4 grams. This is 10.
Oh no! I look at the nutritionals. I look at the ingredients, and then it'll tell you what we're looking at.
So you're getting ready to go hike and stuff. What did you eat today already? Have you eaten today?
I've had nothing in 12 hours. You know why? I just took blood, as I told you on the phone when we were talking before this started.
So is this normal? You'll be awake for like you won't eat like until later in the day, or do you wake up eating? Or?
I finish. I'm only doing about 35, 40 minutes. I'm really here for the sun. I'm really here for the vitamin D right now.
My question is, if we want to get a 6-pack, do we skip breakfast or do you eat something? And what would you eat for breakfast?
I never do that. I will tell you one thing. I really do enjoy intermittent fasting. I definitely enjoy that. There's no two ways about that. That's good stuff.
Oh, you mean like for me, like I'd have a chicken fried steak at lunch and then don't eat one until dinner.
Well, only 6 hours. No, I will go like 10, 12 hours sometimes. And what you're doing is you're testing the efficiency of how your liver goes through what's called gluconeogenesis. But what I'm saying is, no, I haven't eaten only because I took blood this morning. I wanted to get a full blood panel. I haven't done my blood in about 2.5 years. And I was like, it's time. I got to get it.
Let me ask you, though, is the key, if you skip that many hours, don't you just get super hungry like 10 hours later? Like, is that the bad part of intermittent fasting?
No. You know how you know that things are efficient? You're not getting headaches and you're not feeling tired. That's the key. So that'll always tell you how you make it out. So, with regard to how your liver is your liver sluggish or is it filtering out things, and
Yeah.
also.
Well, what I'm saying, let's say you have a banana and a yogurt, and then you eat later on that day, but you're like, gosh, I'm starving. I ran, I worked out, I did push-ups, and then you're just eating everything in sight. Because I've had those days where I feel like I'm doing pretty good, but then the food just keeps coming. Like, how do you keep from? Because isn't another way is to maybe eat something small like every 4 hours? That way you're never starving.
Well, there are people that live that life too, where they do the 6 meals a day, 6 small meals, so they keep the insulin resistant. The insulin constantly in the flux. I don't. I go by how I feel. What do I want to eat right now? I do it that way. Am I hungry? That's usually a very good sign. Am I hungry?
Yeah.
And Darren, I want to get on the road. We did 29, 30 minutes, 35. Man, we did pretty good.
That's great, Dean. You're the best, man. Have a great day. Get a good workout and some sun. And thanks again. And so, in final closing, you predict that the Bengals will win.
27-24 Bengals, and I really do. And if it doesn't go that way, I still think I'll cover the 11 points over 41.5.
Great. Next time you're on, we'll tell some stories. We'll tell your basketball stories, some Adam Sandler stories. We'll do all the great stuff.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a post Super Bowl thing with Kareem.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea.
All right, buddy. You got it. Thank you.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, play chess with Dean. Go play chess with Dean, guys.
Take care.
All right, bye. That was cool. We had Dr. Dean on. Man, that guy's an interesting character. He's from New York. He reminds me a lot of Larry David. If you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, he's just hilarious like that. Like his boundaries are different, and he gets himself in these funny situations, and it's hysterical. I'll let him tell you, but like he's actually been in Mike Tyson's car, and the music's so loud he'll like turn the radio down. I mean, just he does these, Anyway, I'll let him tell these stories, but. Thanks again for listening to the Pocket Party Podcast. Like I said, it's not a sports podcast, but I figured with this, with the big game on, let's do one. And the more you leave comments on YouTube, the more it helps us out with that algorithm. So thank you. And if you'd like to donate, go to DarrenCarter.com, hit that PayPal button. I'm also on the Cash App, $ Darren Carter Comic. I'm on Venmo at Darren Carter Comic. And I just want to thank you guys for your love, support, and helping me help you to get that party started in your ear holes. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. We'll be recording quickly, most likely with Mike Black. He'll be back. Mike Black will be back. All right, guys, have a great day, and do some intermittent fasting, have some chicken fried steak, and then maybe an apple. I don't know what you're going to do. I'm going to go hit the gym right now. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to hit the gym, and then I'm going to get some sun. All right, guys, have a great one. Peace. Don't hurt nobody. Be careful.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, then listen to the Pocket Party.